Hi, this is a quick overview of linked ops. A couple things we can do in here. One, we create outreach campaigns. And outreach campaigns typically start with some sort of a list, the source either being a sales navigator search, or in some cases, we'll pull competitor data from people who are following your competitors on LinkedIn or have engaged with a post and have liked or commented on it that is relevant to your product or service. From there, basically, a campaign typically looks like this. You have logic where you take a list of people that look like your customer or from one of the sources I mentioned. They are then put into a sequence. A typical sequence is our AI agent will visit their profile, like one of their posts. You can also endorse skills or even make it so it comments on their LinkedIn. We then send them an invite of some sort, sometimes with or without a note. And if they connect with you in a certain amount of time, in this case, I've set it up for 30 days, then it begins to send my messaging sequences. If you're a sales navigator, well, I would always say you have to have a sales navigator, which is the paid sales interface from LinkedIn. You get in-mails. I don't typically like in-mails because I find them spammy. However, if someone's not connecting with you within 6 to 30 days, you might as well use them. So you can send the same messaging through and maybe they'll interact with it. You have a Unibox where any of the replies to any of your conversations will show up in one spot and you can reply to them either here or from your LinkedIn. We just track activities and reporting. And then basically what we're doing is we're integrating to your account. In this case, here's a LinkedIn account that I've integrated to. I can also connect email accounts and more than one because in the campaign flow, you can actually build in logic so it's multi-channel. So maybe you have a campaign where you want to not only send LinkedIn and you can see the different sources of data, but maybe what you do is you also do a multi-channel campaign where it's, you're sending a LinkedIn invite, a message, you're scraping an email, and then sending them emails and LinkedIn messages. And this one's pretty aggressive, but you can send a multi-channel campaign this way, and you can use multiple outbound email accounts and add them into linked ops. Then we have the agents, and I'll show you what the agents look like, and maybe I'll show you a client one. But we have three kind of common agents, and really an agent is just an automation. So if you look at the commenting agent, what this does is we train it on your website and any kind of marketing documents or decks that you have, talking about the type of topics that you want to post about, and then we give it a goal of the tone and um, the type of content that you want to create. And then we have this publishing schedule and you activate the agent, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to schedule out content for you. And then basically you'll get those in the approvals queue. Let me see if I can actually show you a client one. So let's see if we can show you a client one. So you can see in this client account, I've created the agent and it's active. And then where I see the results of that is there's an approvals queue. So it's producing content according to how I've trained it. And then I can go in, I can edit this, I can add images, and you can see there's a schedule. So if I accept it, it will schedule it in my calendar for when it's to be published, so like a publishing calendar. And you can see here's content that is in the queue that it's produced, and drafts, which is something I've started to review and I'm getting ready to publish. And that's really how the content agent works. So again, you're just basically training the AI, and this integrates to probably your OpenAI key. or you can use Perplexity or Anthropic, and you're basically just training it on your website topics that you would talk about. In this case, here's the three topics that he wants to publish about, and then I've trained it on his pitch deck, his bio, and his company, and then I've given it a goal to be in the tone of his voice. Yeah, and then basically every day, like depending on the frequency of what I've created, it will publish content for me to review, edit, and schedule.